Boy, Vocals J, man, back with another reaction video for you guys, man. And as you see by today's title, man, yes, bro, we're gonna be reacting to some new evidence of Tupac's death, man. And this caught me by surprise because, man, you know, if y'all don't know, Tupac got killed a long time ago during like a drive-by shooting. Somebody came up on the car and just started shooting, and everybody said that the nigga in the driver's seat did it. And he went down for it. He didn't went down for it. So it's new evidence of his death. So I'm interested in seeing what's going on right here. If you want to hit that like button, subscribe button, man. We on the road to 2K. At 2K, we doing a giveaway. So faster we get there, faster we gonna get that giveaway going, man. Without further ado, I love y'all. Let's get into this video. Eat y'all snacks, popcorn, whatever y'all eat. Let's get it.
Survive a second. Rap star Tupac Shakur last night after a brief life in a rough business. He was 25.
So you guys are driving around and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light and he happened to be hanging out the window. Once he got to reaching, I got to ducking.
Which of those four is it when you talk to him about Tupac?
It was really about both of them. Either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah.
Today it would be announced new evidence has been found in the passing of Tupac Shakur by Las Vegas police. Evidence from Keefe D reveals who did it, everyone involved, and much more. Where police would find evidence from November 18th, 1995, where Tupac was photographed with Sean Diddy Combs' baby mom, Sarah Chapman. Diddy has described Sarah as being the one and his dream girl in many interviews. So when she got with Tupac, Diddy did not like it. This resulted in his first attempt at getting Tupac, where it would even be confirmed that it was Diddy trying to get him from Tupac.
I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I could say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that made this become an issue to everybody. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get 5 times in their vision. I only got shot once because they found the book. The police found it, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work.
This was his first attempt, which was a failure, but he would end up trying again. In the Diddy trial, it was also announced, former LAPD cop claims Diddy had Tupac dealt with for $1 million. Suge retaliated by having Biggie dealt with, as there is evidence proving that Keefe D was hired by Diddy to go get Tupac. But now, after 20 years of walking free, Keefe D would now be arrested. He didn't know that he was just recorded confessing Diddy was the lead man of the crime.
On all 4 of those occasions, there's San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those 4 is it when you talk to him about Tupac?
It was really about both of them. Either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah.
Due to Keefe D snitching on Diddy, it would be announced Diddy faces questions about his alleged role in Tupac's passing after being mentioned 77 times in a new legal filing, where Keefe D, the hired hitman of the crime, says that everything was Diddy's wish and it was a lot easier than he thought it would be. Even a writer wrote, historian Jeff Pearlman, who wrote the Tupac biography, claims that Tupac wasn't as tough as he portrayed and he was just playing a character.
Because he died because all these guys sold him this lifestyle idea, but he wasn't it. He couldn't fight. He had no athleticism. He didn't know how to shoot. He wasn't that guy, but he started to believe it.
He method acted it.
100% method acted it.
With all of this new evidence in Tupac's case now going viral online, 50 Cent would react to it while on stage, calling out Diddy.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I'm saying, last time they left me, I said something about Puffy. So that thing. Yeah! I gotta stop doing that kind of shit. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the I'm saying. I said crazy shit. Oh wait, maybe I said it about Puffy because he got Tupac killed.
But this is where something very strange happened. An old interview from Diddy would end up going viral, which was a very awkward Breakfast Club interview, as Tupac's name would be
Yo, can you make sure you don't hit the green screen? Appreciate that.
brought up.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense.
we don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we not even going to even go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you, listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Like the video if you think Diddy played a part in it, because the police do. They also released a new record reading. Detective Russell Poole suspected Suge Knight arranged Tupac's passing before he can exit the label. Then he framed the rival Crips to throw off investigators, which raises the question of who is a famous Crip team member that Suge Knight would pin Tupac's passing on. The most famous Crip in the entire world is Snoop Dogg. The evidence file connecting Snoop Dogg to Tupac's passing is unbelievable. Did you know that he was supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac on the night that he passed?
With Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac, I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So.
Saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
Snoop Dogg mentions that he was supposed to be in the BMW, but after last minute changes, he suddenly didn't go. This was likely due to Snoop, Tupac, and Suge Knight having an altercation just a few days prior, which would make Suge Knight's story of Snoop being involved very believable.
The last time me and Tupac was on the same page, and I did an interview with Angie Martinez, and she asked me, how did I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I told her that I like their music and I want to do music with them. Bro didn't like that, Tupac didn't like that, so we had a misunderstanding. So on the flight back to LA, I didn't feel comfortable around them for what they had did, as far as I didn't let my security ride with me. So to protect myself and to, prevent from happening, I slept under a blanket with the knife and the fork just in case something was to go wrong, but it didn't.
2 decades ago, Snoop Dogg was heavily tapped into the streets. Some even speculate Snoop could have received a tip that Tupac was going to be targeted on that night, so he avoided on getting in the BMW. However, there's more in the evidence file. They even found another interview where Snoop claims that 2 days before Tupac passed, he felt like he hated him.
I say a week before he died, we was best of friends. 2 days before he died, I don't think he liked me.
Why?
Because we was in New York, and it happened. New York, they shot at me and did all kind of shit to me, like just the worst you could think of. And I forgave him. And went and did an interview and was asked, how do I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I was like, I want to do some music with him. And that just rubbed Cuz the wrong way, like tried to me, out at you, and you talking about you want to do a song with him. I wasn't thinking about his emotions. I was thinking about the way I felt at the time. I wasn't into no controversy. I liked his music. They was our friends. We was all friends at one point. This video footage of all of us hanging out.
When you connect all of this evidence to the new file with unbelievable details of Tupac's passing, you start to understand what really happened. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas with the head of his record label named Suge Knight. They went to the MGM Grand to watch a Mike Tyson match, as after it was over, they spotted an op in the lobby of the hotel.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson, the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and 2 of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
Security would break up the altercation between Tupac, Suge Knight, and the ops. Tupac and Suge would even go back to their hotel to change their clothes before heading over to a club owned by Suge Knight to party it up for the night. At around 11 p.m., the two would begin driving down to the club in an all-black BMW. With their windows down, listening to very loud music, everybody would be looking at them when driving down the strip of Las Vegas. They would end up hitting a red light where everything would then go down.
Just knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
With the aftermath of the incident being a mystery now for over 2 decades, the truth would then be revealed. The police would investigate a concerning interview by a man named Keefe D on DJ Vlad's show. He would begin the interview literally detailing the moments of finding Tupac, pulling up on him, and being involved in the crime.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light. He was gonna go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
He even explained that it all happened so fast because Tupac was the one that started reaching for his firearm first. Then in the heat of the moment, the people inside of Keefe D's car would end up doing the crime towards Tupac.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a...
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually...
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started at Tupac and Suge.
As sadly, Tupac already knew something was about to go down. He was trying to get ready first, but sadly was not quick enough. But later on, Keefe D would share a never before heard interrogation with the police. This is because all the information he was sharing was unbelievable. Nobody thought he was telling the truth, as he is literally self-snitching that he was involved, and the case has been cold for 2 decades. So he would share this interrogation to confirm it was him.
Lane starts. You say Suge looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then Tupac's busy getting. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the line.
back seat or something.
Yeah. What do you see happening inside of their
Jumping
car?
in. I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando started cross Dre.
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window.
That interrogation took place on the night of the crime. Pretty unbelievable that Keefe D was allowed to just go home immediately after the interrogation, being involved in Tupac's passing. But during the police's investigation at Keefe D, they were also able to find his reaction to Tupac passing, which shows his true emotions. Comment down below your reaction to Tupac's passing.
Yeah, I hate that happened, dog. I really do, man. It took a lot of people's lives, dude. Hate that happened. Probably to God. I feel that was wrong, man. It was just wrong, purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it had never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. It never happened, dude.
However, this is where the story gets crazy. In the evidence file, there is a subsection of evidence proving that Tupac is still alive, and let me explain. One begins with an interview from an officer revealing Tupac was an industry plant with the job of stopping the beef between the red and blue street teams.
Well, it turns out when I talked to Tupac's longtime mentor, political mentor, former Black Panther Chokwe Lumumba, who was his first business manager, he's told me, I basically asked, well, was Tupac only pretending to be in order to appeal to gangs and politicize them? And he said yes. And that was part of his thug life agenda that he came up with his imprisoned stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. And so Tupac was just using that in order to get the leaders to call peace truces, first in Los Angeles, then throughout California, and then throughout the country. And that was why he was pretending to be this type. And really, he was just an intellectual prodigy.
With the plan obviously not working, he then suddenly passed. This would make sense as to why Snoop didn't want to be near him in Las Vegas on that night, as he was heavily involved in the streets. However, this evidence file would even share more, such as this 2010 interview with a rapper named Tretch. He was interviewed on the topic of Tupac before his concert because they were very good friends back in the day. After Tretch's interview, the cameraman forgot to stop recording, placing his camera onto the ground. In the footage, you can hear the interviewer asking him about Tupac, to which he responds, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba."
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk.
One last question.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, we good. Thanks a lot, man. We good.
Then suddenly, only 2 weeks later, a video would be released onto a news website showing a video of Tupac supposedly chilling in a parking lot inside of Cuba.
Look, zoom in. That's Pac, man. He was the outlaw. And Reg from Holla Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holla Back exclusive, baby. Holla Back.
This right here is what originally began the Tupac is alive in Cuba theory, and it has been the most popular theory ever since. However, in 2025, it's now no longer looking like a theory. Like the video if you agree, because Suge Knight believes Tupac is alive as well. He has said so in the course of many interviews in the last 2 decades. One interview in particular of Suge makes it very convincing. He would end up mentioning that Tupac was doing fine in the hospital before his passing, saying, quote, "When I left that hospital, me and Tupac were laughing and joking. I don't see how someone can turn from doing so well to doing bad."
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I'm gonna tell you this, Pac, you never know.
But what's weird about it is, according to police records, they noted that Tupac was in a very deep sleep when arriving to the hospital, so how in the world would he and Suge be laughing if Tupac was unconscious? It doesn't seem to add up. However, when you compare it to a 2008 interview, Suge Knight said the exact same thing.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital, he was conscious in the ambulance, he was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They left.
However, 2 weeks after Suge Knight leaked this information in the 2008 interview, he almost lost his own life at a nightclub when a man used a firearm in his direction 6 times. Suge Knight was hesitant to tell the police anything. He immediately knew that it was due to him talking about Tupac in a public interview. But what's weird is Suge Knight's son, Suge Jr., made the exact same mistake. In 2018, Suge Jr. took it to Instagram stating that Tupac was alive and living in Malaysia. Right after, Suge Jr. would then post another photo. This time was a text conversation where someone said, "You have said too much, it's now time for you to go." Suge Jr. would begin panicking on Instagram, posting more photos of Tupac alongside modern day celebrities like 50 Cent and Beyonce. On the photo of Tupac and Beyonce, he captioned it, "He never left us, but they'll be after me soon." While some believe that it was a publicity stunt for him to gain social media clout, others believe that it was factual, seeing as his father is Suge Knight, and he likely knows the truth. But comment down below if you believe to.
Alright, y'all let me know what y'all think about that, bro, and that new evidence. It got spooky, man. Without further ado, I love y'all. See y'all on the next one. If y'all new, hit that follow button.